It's interesting. Tyson Fury's been talking lately about his mental health issues, and it's just, again, incredible to see like this transformation. And when his mind's not right, he goes just to a dark place where he wants to drive his Lamborghini into a wall.
Yeah.
And then when he's on point, he can be one of the greatest heavyweight boxers in the world. And it's just tapping into that in the right way that can make or break it.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, you just look at the physical difference between him. He's two completely different people. And I follow him on social. I think it's fascinating. I have a lot of respect for him. I think he's great. I think he's done so well the last 12, 18 months because he was hated. He's absolutely hated because people didn't understand.
Yeah.
People didn't understand him. They just thought he was arrogant. And it was, now you look back, it was clearly a mask he was wearing when he was cocky and arrogant and so on.
Yeah.
And I think the last 12 to 18 months, I think he has come out so well from what he's done, not only in the ring, but as an individual and as an ambassador for mental health. Like, he's turned it on its head and he's made it something that people can speak about openly and not to be ashamed of. He's done phenomenal.
So powerful. We need these conversations for men, especially for alpha men. Like these, it's nice to hear from you guys when you're talking about this.
Yeah, I think we're probably the worst ones for it because we put ourselves under so much pressure. And it's like a car. You can only rev that car 7,000, 8,000 revs before it pops. And we pressure, and especially in today's society, everyone's expected to be this, that, look a certain way, be a certain way, have a certain car, have a certain lifestyle. And as an alpha man, if you can't provide that, you start questioning yourself, well, what's the point? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Or how can I change? And I think that's the hardest part, is really trying to apply that energy positively and to keep yourself going upwards rather than falling.
There's a writer named Jeff Thompson. He's from Coventry. He's wrote some BAFTA-winning movies. I think actually Ray Winstone was in one of them. And he used to be a doorman. And he just said, a lot of those tough guys it's all fear underneath,
Yeah.
And people don't realize it, because they have to project that strength, but they're dealing with all sorts of things underneath.
100%. I know a good friend of mine who was still is a phenomenal fighter. And he had a breakdown for the last 2 years. And I had him around my house and we're talking UK's best heavyweight fighter, animal, absolute animal. He was crying on my couch, talking to him, what's wrong with you? Oh, I can't this, I can't that, family this, family that. And he was just like a little kid. He was like a 5-year-old. The dangerous part of that is when he snaps. He snaps. But it's that vulnerability of these people. Do you know what I mean? Like I think they deal. The hardest part is to try and allow them to deal with their problems here rather than here.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, Mike Tyson, best fighter in the world, completely nuts. Now he seems like he's a lot more stabilised, but it's that upbringing that made him who he was. It's that natural rawness that made him phenomenal. And it's his output. It's that output. It's how you use, I suppose, like we were talking about, Nick, the energy sources. It's how you can implement your energy source and allow it to benefit you.
Yeah, the problem is when we see these tough guys and these big, strong guys, they're never even given the chance to be emotional and vulnerable. So it's like they can never really let their guard down because everyone just assumes that they're the tough guy. And so they probably bottle it up more than everyone else.
Yeah, I definitely, 100% bottle it all up. And that's when they'll either escape with drugs, drink, or just lose the plot completely and just go off the barrel. I think the difference between seeing a tough guy and seeing someone who's in control of their emotions is two completely different people. He automatically just presumes because he's big and strong or he can fight that he's in control of his emotions. It's two completely opposite. You know what I mean? It's irrelevant how strong or how big he is to how well he holds his emotions. And the reality is the smaller guy probably controls his emotions a lot better because he's in control of his his levels. Do you know what I mean? Like his guys who are massively into fighting or weight training or so on, their testosterone levels are through the roof. They're aggressive. This, that. To go from being like this animal to normal again, to control your emotions, is like a seesaw. Whereas if you're just normally quite, you know, and it's what then determines alpha. Is it the physical or is it the mental? Because if it's the mental, then 90% of your physical alphas probably aren't really alpha.
Yeah, I think it is the mental.
Yeah.
If you look at the leaders, they're the ones that can lead.
100%.
And form coalitions and keep everything under control.
Yeah, the clever ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it spins it on its head, really.
Yeah.